Hello everyone, my name is Harry and I will be your lecturer this time. For this video, I am going to talk about the banana value chain. And this is from the published research paper entitled Profitability Analysis of Banana Industry in Batoleta, Philippines, a Value Chain Approach. As what you can see in this title slide, you see the banana from farmers to traders on how it is being transported, to processors on how it's being processed until it reaches to the final consumers. So that constitutes the value chain. For this topic, I outlined it into three parts. On the first part, I will be giving you a brief overview of the banana industry in the Philippines. On the second part is what is value chain analysis, wherein I will be explaining how this study was done. And on the last part would be the results and implications of the study. So this is the map showing the location of Philippines with respect to other Southeast Asian countries such as Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, among others. And what I am going to focus here is the banana industry situation in the Philippines. So banana is one of the top crops in the country, and banana is mainly produced in the Mindanao island in the Philippines, and the top producing regions are the following. We have Davao, which constitutes to about 39% of the total banana output, followed by Northern Mindanao and Sax-Cargen respectively. There are four main varieties or types of banana in the Philippines, and these are the Cavendish, Lakatan, Saba, and Latundan varieties. So Philippines is one of the top banana exporters in the world. In fact, it is the second top exporter during the year 2019, with export values amounting to $1.9 billion US. And this country has also the highest positive net exports for banana during the year 2019. So this study was conducted in one of the banana producing municipalities in the Philippines, particularly located on the province of Leyte. In this province, banana is one of the top crops in terms of production and value adding potential as identified by the Department of Agriculture. So currently, support services have been continuously provided by various government agencies as well as private institutions to improve the market orientation and competitiveness of the banana farmers in the town. However, these technical assistance were not sufficient to support the emerging problems and constraints of the banana industry, and this include, among others, the occurrence of pests and diseases, high cost of inputs, and poor conditions of farm-to-market roads. In addition, there has been no clear and established procedures or processes in implementing investment plans and budget proposals over the years by government and private institutions. Hence, we need to address this problem in a holistic approach. And as we have figured out, the value chain approach is a more targeted and focused method of identifying appropriate sustainable intervention measures that would improve the profitability and competitiveness of the industry to ensure a more sustainable stream of economic benefit to all chain actors in the future. So we analyzed more closely the existing interrelationship among players and stakeholders of the value chain. So it is the main goal of this study to assess the profitability of the banana industry in the municipality using the value chain approach. So we selected a study area, and we did primary and secondary data gathering. For the primary data gathering, we utilized the data from the Bureau of Agricultural Statistics then, which is now the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA, and for the key informant survey, we employed snowball sampling technique where we started from the downstream to the upstream players of the value chain. These are the farmers, to traders, to processors, and final consumers. And then we analyze the data using the framework of value chain analysis, where we map the existing interrelationships of players, and we also examine the performance, and we also identified opportunities and upgraded the value chain. And these are all carried out using the conventions of the 6 key questions for value chain analysis. So what are these key questions for value chain analysis? These are the following. So first, we analyze who are the key customers and what are their product requirements. These are in terms of product species, volume, quality, packaging, delivery schedule, etc. And second, we ask who are the key players and what are their roles in the value chain. Third, we ask what are the activities, processes, and costs along the value chain. And fourth is that what is the flow of product, information, and payment along the chain. And the fifth and the sixth key questions involve asking of the logistics issues and external influences affecting the value chain. This includes some ordinances or regulatory requirements or policies, etc. So what we found out was, in the industry data, there have been an increase in the banana production in the past years, and there was also a consistent increase in the number of bearing trees and areas planted. And farm gate price of green Latundan banana and Cardaba are recorded at 11.48 pesos per kilogram and 10.28 pesos per kilogram respectively. Interestingly, we mapped the trading routes and found out that bananas from other neighboring municipalities, these are the neighboring municipalities, converge in the municipality of Bato. Then bulk of these bananas are handed over by medium traders to traders and retailers in other areas here in this part of the map. Most of these bananas are sourced from small and medium scale traders in the neighboring municipalities. So, using the 6 key value chain analysis questions, we made a value chain map where we assign players identified at each segment of the value chain, as well as the enablers such as the government and private institutions supporting the value chain. And then we analyzed the performance and formulated some upgrading strategies to improve the value chain. And this is what I'm going to discuss one by one. So the value chain map revealed that for fresh bananas, the key consumers are those traders or wholesalers, processors, and some end consumers, while for processed bananas, the key consumers are the retailers and mostly regular and walk-in buyers. The roles of each player was also identified, where the downstream players are the traders and the processors, while the upstream players are the farmers. As for the activities, processes, and cost, there were several activities carried out in the production, trading, and processing of banana along the chain. As you can see in this figure, at the farmer's level, the cost of banana production was at 63 cents per piece, and as it goes to the traders, it costs to them at almost 1 peso or 96 cents, and at the processor's level, banana costs to them at 2.27 pesos. And you can see the distribution of cost in this figure. So care and management activities constitute the highest among the farmer activities, selling cost in the trader part, and processing cost at the processor's level. As we map the product flow, it was found out that at estimated annual volume of 5,600,000 pieces of bananas per year are transacted by traders along the value chain of the municipality of Bato. And according to our computation, this is equivalent to around 37,500 bearing plants in a year, or this is about 20 hectares of banana plantation. And it was further found out that this actual volume traded is not enough to satisfy the desired volume of fresh bananas by processors and final buyers. Hence, there is a need for an increase in production. So it was estimated that at a current state of demand, the market can absorb as much as many as 12,000 or 12,100,000 fruit pieces of banana per year, and therefore it showed that there is a 54% gap between the desired volume by final buyers and the actual volume traded by farmer traders. As with the payment flow, the product passed through at least 2 intermediaries before reaching the final consumer, and a price difference of 3 pesos per piece was observed between the first and the final intermediaries, the farmer and the processor. Likewise, as the banana moves along the value chain, 30% shrinkage cost was absorbed by farmers, which are mainly due to disease-infested bananas, and 8% shrinkage cost which at the traders level, which are mainly due to handling and transportation losses. So technical information that are identified along the value chain are mainly sourced by players from their own experiences and with other growers as well. However, this information needs validation. So several logistics issues have been identified in the value chain, and internal logistics issues are mostly affecting farmers, as what you can see in this figure. So no established organizations, inadequate capital, and poor service facilities have been the primary problem of stakeholders in the banana industry, and other problems can be seen in this figure. As for the external issues, you can see that high transportation costs, unstable weather, lack of extension support, and poor conditions of farm-to-market roads are among the problems of farmers and traders in the area. There are also external drivers which influence the value chain, and this includes the support of the government and private in the banana value chain. So these are the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Social Welfare and Development in the Philippines. So in the chain performance analysis, results showed that processors in the municipality of Bato are the ones that earn the highest value added compared to other chain players, deriving a 66% of return on investment and around 190% of net profit margin at maximum, and processors are considered as the most benefited along the chain. On the other hand, traders had the lowest value added, which is recorded up to 0.16 cents per piece of bananas traded in the value chain. So we come up with upgrading strategies, and these covered product, process, and function upgrading. As for the product upgrading, this may be achieved through the introduction of new products or improving existing ones, while for the process upgrading, it aims to reduce cost by improving internal processes and efficiency within the business. And for the function upgrading, this may be achieved by changing the activity mix. And so, these whole upgrading strategies may necessitate new production technologies, post-harvest techniques, improving farm-to-market roads, among others. And so this is the value chain map, the upgraded one, accounting for those issues that we have identified, and new relationships and upgrading strategies with respect to product, process, and function upgrading. So we conclude here that the upgraded or the value chain analysis is a useful tool in assessing the existing value chain and identifying appropriate sustainable intervention measures to improve the profitability and competitiveness of the banana industry in the municipality. So for this study, several issues, problems, gaps, and constraints were identified, and however, opportunities were also identified which are available to upgrade the value chain into a higher level of competitiveness and profitability. And this will ensure a more sustainable stream of economic benefit to all chain actors in the future. So I hope that you have learned relevant things about value chain analysis, and I will be posting the link of this presentation and the link of the full paper in the description below. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope it helps. Thank you so much. Bye bye.